And welcome back to third quarter of action here on your Plaquemines Prep Game of the Week. Belle Chasse is going to kick it away to the Hurricanes here to start as they lead it 22-16. Russell steps into it, and it's going to be taken at about the 10-yard line by Jace Williams, but he kind of made a mistake there as he went down to a knee as he caught the ball, so it's going to be down right where he caught it.
And the official hesitated. He wasn't quite certain, but he decided to blow that whistle, but that was a close one.
So it's going to be spotted right at the 14, and that's where the Hurricanes will start this drive.
Well, Jason, let's see if these two teams can duplicate the exciting first half. What a game to open up the 2013 campaign.
So
22,
go ahead.
22 points on the board for the Cardinals and 16 for the Hurricanes. And the Hurricanes take over in the second half deep in their own territory.
Brandon Sherman remains the quarterback here, calls for the football. He's going to keep it himself, follow some blocks. Still on his feet, and he's going to be taken down. He's out near the 20. So a gain of about 6 on the play, and a nice piece of running there by Brandon Sherman as he just kind of took whatever the defense would give him on that one.
And it's amazing how things go in cycles. You know, history repeats itself. And that's a play that's nothing more than single wing football. Tail back deep and power blocking.
Going to stay in a similar formation here. Sherman's going to run virtually the same play. Sweeps to the outside. Looks like he's near a first down. And from the look of it, he's going to be just short. So this is going to bring up third down and seemingly less than 1 yard to go. From the look of the spot on the far side, he's only got maybe about a foot to go, if that much.
Well, look for Sean Wilson and Isaiah Allen, and I think you'll find out where the football might be going.
They're all stacked to the near side of the formation. Sherman this time is going to be taken down in the backfield. Loss on the play. Belle Chasse defensive coaches erupt on the far sideline. And so looks like it's going to be a punt.
Coach Stephen Myers dialing up some pressure. And I think he was thinking along the same lines as the Hurricane offensive staff.
And they had a meeting too many times with that play.
A meeting of the minds. Unfortunately, it was deep in the backfield for the Hurricanes.
Corey Rojas deep to punt it away. And it looks like he picks it up, but it's going to be blocked. Flag goes down out the back of the end zone. So this is going to be a safety for the Cardinals, but there is a flag, and that flag was thrown right along the line of scrimmage. So hold everything. Wait to get the call. And it looks like it's going to go against South Plaquemines. Some sort of illegal shift or a procedure penalty. So that's going to be declined, and the safety counts. So 24-16, the Cardinals take the lead or extend their lead. And, Coach, we talked about it before with the ability of South Plaquemines to always go for two. That safety can got to be the great equalizer because now it's an 8-point lead for the Cardinals.
And South Plaquemines was very fortunate on the bounce of that ball that
it actually went all the way out the end zone because it could have been
with a touchdown. Yeah.
So now South Plaquemines will have to kick it away following the safety.
Well, the unsung heroes on most teams are always the deep snapper and the punter and the special teams players. And that time, Belle Chasse capitalized and come up with points on the board and great field position. Now the question is, will the Canes punt or will they kick off after this safety?
And it looks like Jace Williams is coming out and bringing a tee with him, so they'll kick it right off the ground here because it is a free kick. A lot of people don't realize that because a lot of times you see the punter take this kick, but you can execute an onside kick or anything just as you would a standard kickoff. You're just usually hesitant to do that because you're so deep in your own territory at the 20. Williams is actually going to kick this one away. It's going to be taken in, dropped, and now picked up. And that's Devin Silv picks it up again. Ball's out again, and the Hurricanes may have recovered it. Coming in from the near sideline, the officials going to unpile him here. And it's South Plaquemines football. So the safety might have been the best thing could have happened to the Hurricanes, as now they get the ball at the South Plaquemines 40, 1st and 10, or at the Cardinal 40, I should say. There is an injured player, and I can't see because he's being blocked. It looks like, again, just a case of cramps as they're stretching him out.
Well, that ball was the proverbial hot potato as it was picked up, dropped, and then recovered.
Maybe Devin Silv ate something greasy at halftime because he had a hard time holding on to that one. The injured player, Trevone Raga, same guy that was suffering with the cramps earlier in the game. And it looks like he's still dealing with the problem. Well, while the injured player is tended to, we'll step away for a moment and come back with more of your Plaquemines Prep Game of the Week after this. And welcome back to the Plaquemines Prep Game of the Week as South Plaquemines, we're going to correct ourselves, that was Kendrick Smith that was down with the cramps on the last play. But South Plaquemines in business here. As Sherman takes the ball, follows his blocks, runs around the left side and gains about 2 on the play, maybe 3. And the Hurricane offense keeping it conservative here in the early goings of the third quarter.
Yeah, they seem to have found a spot that they like to exploit on their left side, on the Cardinal right side of the defense. Almost, I think it's 5 out of the last 6 plays they run to that side.
So similar formation, Bartholomew behind Sherman, who's going to keep it. This time he'll try the right side. Got a little bit of an opening as he swings to the outside, inside the 30. And it looks like this is going to be a Hurricane first down. Some Cardinals stripping at the ball, but they're unable to bring down Sherman, who now appears like maybe Sherman's injured. He looks like he's in a heap of pain on the near side. Trainers will come out and attend to Sherman. As Coach mentioned, great way to kick off our 2013 season here in Port Sulphur for a South Plaquemines game. We will be back down here again next week as South Plaquemines, really a big challenge for them as they're going to take on the South Lafourche Tarpons. And a coach that we're familiar with in the Plaquemines Parish area, and Dennis Skanes, who's the former defensive coordinator at Belle Chasse, is going to bring his Tarpon squad, who under his tutelage and under his coaching have not lost a regular season game yet. They went undefeated last year and then lost in the first round of the playoffs, which was kind of a surprise. And you think the stands are full of Cardinal fans? There are a few teams in the state that travel like that South Lafourche team, so we can't wait to see how many people are going to fill the other stands from that are making the trip from Cutoff, from Galliano.
Yeah, old Highway 1. And if you like to go fishing, you want to come to Port Sulphur next week because those tarpons will be a good game fish.
Cody and I talked about this. Would it be easier for them to all just hop on a boat and come across Barataria Bay? Might be the easiest way to get here for them and just show up in the back marsh over there.
About a 45-minute drive.
They can get a key for the Plaquemines boat launch right back here. They can just walk up.
Yeah, they can land at the Happy Jack Marina.
Sherman is up. He appears to be very woozy. Again, not sure what the injury was. It looked like he might have been favoring an arm, but now he just looks like he just got the wind knocked out of him as he very gingerly walks to the near side. And a new man in the backfield, number 30, Delward Riddick, along with Wade Bartholomew. Just waiting on the snap. movement everywhere. Not sure what happened, and it looks like it's actually going to go against South Plaquemines. Not sure if the center just wasn't ready to snap the ball, but it seemed like they sat there for an hour, it almost felt like.
Jason, the Cardinal defense is just challenging, it seems like the Hurricanes to pass. They had 10 men within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage that time. Of course, the Canes in a tight formation.
Tight formation, really no quarterback back there is Bartholomew and Riddick. Both in the backfield. Looks like Darvin Riley's checked in as that fullback on one side with Sean Wilson on the other. Bartholomew will keep it himself, and he's going to be caught from behind. Good play by Casimir Antoine. Snuffed it out. And again, sophomore playing a lot more mature than his years.
That's the first time we've seen a backside penetration. Really a good effort by number 7, Antoine.
So loss on the play. This will bring up second down and about 14 for the Hurricanes. Again, Bartholomew going to follow Riddick. Finds an opening. Robert Kennedy closes the door quickly. And eventually they take him down. Ball comes free, but forward progress was stopped.
And the fans from South Plaque are a little upset. They wanted some type of flag on that call.
Very unfriendly ending for Wade Bartholomew at the end of that play as he was unceremoniously taken down. And I don't think Wade Bartholomew is all that upset with that because he was still pumping his feet and hustling and got taken down. That's just something that happens at the end of a kind of a stalemate, if you will, on a football play like that.
Yeah, Bartholomew fighting for every inch.
Kendrick Smith in the game, throws a quick pass to Sean Wilson, who runs over seemingly half the Cardinal defense, and he's down to the 24-yard line, near a first down, but he's going to be a few yards short. And this is going to bring up fourth down and about 3 yards to go. Again, 4-down territory here for the Hurricanes, and a big play in the early goings of the third quarter.
Well, if Wilson lines up in the backfield, I think I would place a friendly wager as to who's going to carry the ball.
Again, Kendrick Smith checked back into the game at the quarterback's position. He was cramping earlier.
So Wilson's in the slot this time, so.
Wilson, like I said, in the slot kind of moves to an H-back position. Bartholomew and Smith drops back. He throws it up deep. He's got a man back there. It's off the fingertips and incomplete, trying to get it to Jace Williams. And that's going to turn over on downs. Cardinals will get it back here with 6:53 to go in the third quarter and a 24-16 lead.
Well, the Canes got what they wanted. You know, it was a good matchup, and I have to say it wasn't a bad call. They were going for it, and of course they wound up with good field position.
So if nothing else, the Canes were able to at least take away some of the momentum the Cardinals were gaining with that safety, thinking they were going to get the ball back. They were able to move the ball a little bit. Like you said, Cardinals will have to start pretty deep in their own territory as they're at about the 23-yard line. Up the middle goes Devin Silv on first down. Maybe a gain of 2. More importantly for Silv, he held on to the ball that time.
And it shows Coach Harrison wanting to give the ball back to Silv to show him that he still has confidence in him. And that's a good play call.
And on second down, it looked like Ancalad in there in the quarterback's position tries to keep it, but he goes nowhere as that two-lane on two-lane violence as he ran right into Sean Wilson. Loss on the play, and it's going to be third down, about 10 to go for the Cardinals. And it looks like Andrew Hicks back in the quarterback's position with 4 receivers. Silv, the lone running back. Hicks takes the football, drops back, has some time, looks around, throws a pass, and it's going to be incomplete as he tried to get it to Trey Green. Would have been short of the first down anyway, but this will bring up 4th down and a very obvious punting situation here.
Well, this will be the first punt for the Cardinals tonight, or the second one. And we'll see if the Canes can get a punt block of their own.
Calvin Thomas goes back to return. Zach DeCluet, the punter for Belle Chasse. Enclade's up in like a protection spot, so let's see what they do here. Shifting some people around. It's a low snap, and it is going to be a pass to Enclade, but he's got nowhere to go. His helmet's off. Doesn't matter. It's going to be blown dead right there, and it's going to be a turnover. So, not sure of the play call there, but Belle Chasse is going to give it back to South Plaquemines with great field position at the 24-yard line. We don't question a lot of coaches' calls here, but Coach, I got to ask you about that one. Not sure what the thought process was there.
Well, you know, as a former coach, our coaching staff, we stick together, so I can't comment on that.
Can't say anything there.
I'll take the 5th.
And it looks like we've got maybe just an official's timeout here. So there's 5:38 to go, 3rd quarter. Belle Chasse continues to lead the game 24-16. And we'll take a timeout as well and come back with more Plaquemines Prep Game of the Week after this. And we're ready to go here. Welcome back to the action. 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes. Sherman in the backfield with Bartholomew. Wilson split out wide. They've got the field spread with people everywhere. Sherman's going to throw it into the end zone, and he overthrows. A lot of contact there. No flag being thrown, and not sure if the officials just felt that was an uncatchable ball, but sure looked like there was a lot of contact down the field.
Sherman's got a nice tight spiral. Ball gets where it's supposed to be. And the Cardinals secondary better be careful here.
So it's 2nd and 10, ball at the 24-yard line. Again, 4 receivers, Bartholomew and Sherman in the backfield. Sherman drops back, has some time, throws it over the head of Sean Wilson. It's pretty tough to do because that's a big guy. But the ball kind of sailed on Sherman as he felt a little pressure up the middle. I believe Peyton Cooper was in there applying the pressure.
Wilson is such a force offensively and defensively for the Canes. He's just a real tough matchup for the Cardinals to try and stop.
Clock stop, 5:28 to go. It's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Hurricanes.
And let's see if Coach Mars is going to dial up some pressure.
Man goes in motion. Sherman drops back. There's the pressure. He throws, but he throws it, and it's dropped by Robert Kennedy. Credit Zach DeCluet with the pressure. It was all Brandon Sherman could do to get that pass off. And this is 4th and 10. But again, 4-down territory here for the Hurricanes.
Well, the Canes got away with one that time because there was a lot of green in front of the Cardinal linebacker. Eddie intercepted that pass. Belle Chasse band is getting into it with the pep squad.
South Plaquemines may have to take a timeout here, and I think they will. The game clock, or the play clock, got all the way down to 5 when they had broken the huddle. Yeah, like you said, the Cardinal band really trying to pump up that far sideline. So we'll take a timeout, or I guess we'll stay here. We'll kind of watch the band, the dance team perform a little bit. As the way this officiating staff is going, we got almost too many timeouts for a game tonight. We teased it earlier. We're going to be back down here next week. Again, South Plaquemines taking on the Tarpons of South Lafourche. So, battle of blue teams from the South, I guess you can say. They could maybe play for the Battle of the Bay. Like we talked about the Battle of the Boot with Belle Chasse and South Plaquemines. They could play the like a Pirates game or something across Barataria Bay there for.
Yeah, the Barataria squabble.
Maybe we always jokingly refer to him on Prep Rewind as the Fighting Bobby Heberts. Maybe he'll make a cameo appearance. Let's come see his Tarpons play.
And you know, going back in the days, I mean, you always had LaRose Cutoff that was competing against Bureau, Port Sullivan, Belle Chasse High School.
So here we go out of the timeout, 4th and 10. Sherman in the shotgun, calls for the football. He's going to throw it into the end zone, has a man caught, touchdown! Jace Williams, beautiful catch in the end zone. And South Plaquemines a 2-point conversion away from tying this game.
Jason Williams, another fabulous athlete from South Plaquemines. Ball, I mean, he just went up and plucked that ball right out of the air.
Again, South Plaquemines, seemingly for the last couple plays, not really doing anything. One play away and lightning fast, they strike. Very important 2-point conversion coming here. Kendrick Smith in the backfield. He's going to take it, look for an opening, and he's not going to get it. As he was met in the backfield, looks like maybe Robert Kennedy there to make the stop. So Belle Chasse, by virtue of that safety at the beginning of the quarter, maintains a 2-point lead, 24-22. 5:17 to go in the third. We'll step away and come back with more of your Plaquemines Prep Game of the Week after this. And welcome back to the Plaquemines Prep Game of the Week. Jace Williams just scored the touchdown, has the ball teed off. It's up in the air and taken in by the Cardinals. Fighting for some yardage is Justin Phillips, and he's going to be taken down at about the 34-yard line. That's where this Cardinal offense will come back onto the field.
Well, Jason, with 5:11 left in the third quarter, and this game being titled the Battle of the Boot, it has been a boot to watch.
You're right about that. Momentum swings left and right. That pendulum is busy tonight. And with 5 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the third quarter, Belle Chasse will come back onto the field, really needing to mount some offense here as they haven't done much offensively since halftime.
Yeah, this Kane defense has really stymied the offensive output of the Cardinals.
A lot of guys moving around that formation. Hicks with Silv and Enclad now sends Green in motion. They're going to hand it off to the deep man, Silv in the formation. Follows a block to the outside. Devin Silv down the sideline to the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. But a flag comes in late, and they might have gotten Belle Chasse behind the play for a block in the back.
Jason, I believe you're exactly correct.
Really just a dumb thing to do for the Cardinals as Silv was 10 yards past everyone else on the field. It was nothing but a foot race.
Yeah, football often uses the term aggressive, but you have to be also intelligent with that aggressive ability or mentality. And that was certainly not a wise thing to do, as Silv had a good 15-yard lead on everyone.
So back him up 10 yards from the spot. Still a big gainer on the play. Cardinals will have it at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. But again, when you can answer a touchdown with one of your own in one play, that's a big momentum swing. We'll have to see what the Cardinals can do here. 1st and 10. Hicks calls for the football. He's going to hand it off to Silv. Try the right side again. This time the Hurricanes all over it. But Silv pushes his way forward. Give him a gain of about 5 on the play as he's down to the 20 before he's shoved out of bounds by a host of Hurricane defenders.
The Cardinals go into their own power-type game now as Silv carries the ball on 2 power-type possession plays.
Enclad in the slot on the near side with Andrew Page wide. Send a man in motion. It's Green. But Hicks is going to keep it himself. Up the middle he goes. It turns on the Jets, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Andrew Hicks. So the Cardinals answer anyway. Just takes them 3 plays instead of 1. It's 30-22 with an extra point coming. And now this extra point is big because it can give the Cardinals a 2-possession lead. 4:34 on the clock.
Beautiful job of reading the zone play by Andrew Hicks. One of the few times tonight that the Canes did not stop that play, but he made a beautiful run off of it to get 6 for the Cardinals.
Extra point is up, and it is good. So 4:34 to go, and it's a 9-point lead. Belle Chasse 31, South Plaquemines 22. We'll take a break and come back with more of your Plaquemines Prep Game of the Week after this. And welcome back to the Plaquemines Prep Game of the Week. Austin Russell with the ball teed up at the 40-yard line, just about set to go here. Jace Williams deep to return for the Hurricanes. Russell steps into it. Williams going to field it at the 10. He's back to the 20, and he's not going to make it much further as he's taken down there. Good play by Corey Silv as he gets down there and makes the tackle.
And we have to brag on Austin Russell. His kicking has been outstanding tonight. It's perfect on the extra points and good field position, good depth and height on his kickoffs.
So the Hurricanes will have it spotted at the 23. It's going to be 1st and 10. 4:29 to go, third quarter, as they trail it by 9. Brandon Sherman's actually the wide receiver, split out wide to the near side of the formation. Late substitution as Craig Mackey checks in to the game. He's going to sit up as a tight end on the far side. This is going to be Martin on the keeper, and he's going to be taken down at about the 22. Actually, we'll mark him at the 24, so a short gain on the play. Gain of about 1.
Tyler Martin, a well-rounded athlete for South Plaquemines.
So 2nd down, 8 to go, officially marked at the 25-yard line. And it looks like, again, Martin's going to take the ball. And we're going to have a penalty here. Is this going to be false start or some sort of procedure against South Plaquemines? So negate the short gain on 1st down. This is going to bring up 2nd and 13 now.
Jason, with the multiple quarterbacks that South Plaquemines has had to play tonight, you know, you get different cadences, and so as a result, they seem to be having a couple of communication problems.
Brandon Sherman checks back in. And he calls the play, and it looks like he's going to resume his quarterbacking duties as Kendrick Smith now splits out to the near side. Sherman looks around under a little bit of pressure. Now he throws it over the head of Smith. Flag comes into the backfield, and they might get DeCluett for a late hit. Referee with the call, and it is a personal foul against the Cardinals, so 15 yards and an automatic 1st down. Move the ball up to the 35-yard line. So Belle Chasse doing themselves no favors there as they seemingly had the play snuffed out. It would have been a 3rd and long, but instead it's a 1st down for the Hurricanes.
The 15-yard penalty has plagued the Cardinals throughout this game tonight, especially at key moments.
Everyone bunched in tight except for Brandon Sherman. And this is going to be, looks like Wade Bartholomew tries to find some space on the near side but finds nothing. Just back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And we're going to have a stoppage of play as there is an injured Cardinal on the field. And it looks like that's 94, Gregory Hines, the big guy, nose tackle for the Cardinal defense. So while he's tended to, we will step away 3:10 in the third quarter. Your score, Belle Chasse 31, South Plaquemines 22 on your Plaquemines Prep Game of the Week. And welcome back to the Plaquemines Prep Game of the Week. Second down and 10 yards to go for the Hurricanes. As again, everyone in tight. Sherman split out wide. Bartholomew in the quarterback's position. And there's movement again. And this is going to back up the Hurricanes 5 yards.
Well, the penalties are starting to really accumulate on each side tonight, Jason, as a little fatigue seems to be setting in.
Looks like Sherman will again split out wide. Martin and Bartholomew in the backfield. Everyone else is in tight. Bartholomew tries to go quickly up the middle, finds a small hole to the left side, maybe gains a yard or two. So this is going to be third down and about 13 to go.
Well, there's no wind tonight. The wind is a non-factor for the passing game or a possible punt here if the Canes cannot pick up this third down yardage.
Clock running 2:11 and counting, third quarter. Again, Cardinals with the 9-point lead. Sherman back into the quarterback's position, drops back, has some time, throws the pass, and it's going to be off the fingertips of Sean Wilson and incomplete. As again, Sherman kind of felt the pressure and maybe rushed his throw a bit and threw it high. So fourth and long. It seems like it would be a punting situation here.
Yeah, you could see the Cardinals secondary had really had 2 or 3 people in Wilson's territory. So they definitely are keying on Wilson.
So Corey Rojas in to punt it away. And it looks like Devin Silv goes back to return for the Cardinals.
And it looks like the Cardinals are coming.
Nice punt as it hangs high. Silv picks it up on a ill-advised hop, but he's going to get a nice return out of it. And he gets down to the 36. Probably not the best idea for Devin Silv to jump up and catch it almost like a tip drill.
Shows the confidence the young man has. I mean, he fumbled the ball early in the ball game, made a nice run for a touchdown, and, you know, he wants his hands on the ball.
Trying to make amends for a poor play on a kick return earlier, and he turns that one into something there. Cardinals will be in business at the Hurricane 36-yard line, 1st and 10.
Now, the Canes have their work cut out now because they've got to stop the Cardinals here on this offensive possession.
Whistles from the near sideline. And I believe South Plaquemines took a timeout there. With 1:48 to go in the third quarter. Coach, like you said, this is going to be a very important series for this Hurricane defense because they're already 2 scores down. You don't want to fall any further than that. And
if the Cardinals score here, it's going to dictate what types of offensive plays that the Canes can call in the last quarter. And Coach Figueroa sees that, and I think that's why he's addressing the situation with a timeout to stress the importance of trying to put the stop on this Cardinal offense.
And stay tuned at the conclusion of this game. We will name our Plaquemines Prep Players of the Week. And you know we'll have multiples because we always give it to the schools from Plaquemines. So since we've got them both represented tonight, we got to give one to each side. So again, at the conclusion of this game, Coach Amos and I will award our Plaquemines Prep Players of the Week. A lot of good candidates tonight.
Yeah, we'll have a right boot and a left boot.
If you call it that, we'll give a red and a blue, whatever you want to, however you want to announce it. So whistles blow, teams return to the field. We'll be ready to go again here shortly. From the 36-yard line, Hicks calls for the football. He's going to hand it to Silv, goes around the right side, has a block, runs through a tackle. He's down to the 15, a big gainer for Devin Silv, and another first down for the Cardinals.
Well, Jason, the Cardinals have really found something they like on their right side of the offensive line. The left side of the Kane defensive line is starting to exploit that area. Let's see if they go back to it. It's almost a box formation. Well, now it's a diamond formation that they're in.
Hicks calls for the football. He's going to hand it right up the middle. And this is going to be a touchdown as Devin Silv finds the opening. And he hits the end zone. 1:24 to go. And that's going to make it 37-22 with an extra point to come. And we talked about kind of the numbers game definitely being in Belle Chase's advantage as they have so many more guys on that roster. And a lot of these guys for South Plaquemines playing on both sides of the ball. You knew fatigue was eventually going to set in, and maybe that's what's starting to take place here.
Delvin Silva is certainly starting to show the authority that he has when he touches the football. He's breaking tackles. He's showing his speed.
Under a little bit of duress that time, but Austin Russell gets it up, and the kick is good. So 1:24 to go, and your score, Belle Chase 38, South Plaquemines 22. We'll step away for a moment and come back with more Plaquemines Prep Game of the Week after this. And welcome back to the Plaquemines Prep Game of the Week. Austin Russell with the ball teed up. And again, Jace Williams deep to return for the Hurricanes. Really good kick as it backs Jace Williams all the way up to about the 2. He's got some blocks. He's to the 20, to the 30. Stays on his feet. He's all the way out to the 40-yard line, so a nice return there for Jace Williams and the Hurricanes.
Jason, keep your eye on Jason Williams all year long. He's down now, but I'll tell you what, he is an exceptional athlete. Basketball player, football player, track man. He can do it all.
And it looks like you said, Jace Williams a little shaken up after that play. And again, looking like a case of cramps as you see the trainer trying to stretch him out there on the field. You know, we talked about it earlier. It is very warm tonight. Let's see if I can get a current weather reading. 82 degrees and still a heat index of 95. So you talk about the humidity in the air. It is...
And Jason, we lean in on 9:30, and I just don't believe that daylight savings time was meant for the South. I'm sorry to be so opinionated, but goodness, you know, after 9 o'clock at night, you'd seem like you'd have some temperatures that would go down somewhat.
Well, it dropped 3 degrees from the time we started. It went from 85 to 82. Just, it's so humid out here. As we all look like we're standing in a sauna up here in the press box.
Yeah, the Antarctic ice shelf would disappear overnight in this heat.
Now, the way South Plaquemines' press box is set up, we're in what you call the second floor, I guess, the upper deck. They were nice enough to install an air conditioning unit for the first floor and the guys down there, but the guys up here in the attic not so fortunate as we're sent to sweat it out with everybody else.
Maybe on Friday Night Football, that's what they were referring to when they say he got floored, the second floor.
Yeah, we're on the second floor. So if anybody that can make decisions at home is watching this game and can bring us maybe a fan or an air conditioner up here, be much appreciated by all of us in the booth, I'm sure.
And Jason, I can't help it, you know, when you said fan, you know what, a Superdome is such a cool place.
There's 80,000 fans in there.
Well,
right?
The reason for that is that, you know, there's a fan in every seat.
That's right. There's a lot of fans in the seats tonight, but they don't seem to be producing the flow of air that we need to keep it cool.
Hopefully those fans can put a little heat on their Dirty Birds on Sunday afternoon.
I will be in that number Sunday. Now, obviously, this game will be shown after the Saints have played. Do we dare make a prediction today?
Go
we won't
Saints.
be able to change it. Yeah, just go Saints. That would be the way to go.
Well, I guess you could say who that would go against the Saints.
Can't pick against our own team. I think they win it. I think momentum carries a huge factor in that game. And Sean Payton's first regular season game back. Of course, they have to play their hated rival. So I think we've got no choice but to pick the Saints in that game. Looks like Jace Williams finally up although quite gingerly trying to stand. He will make his way to the near sideline if he can, but he's not able to put much weight on that leg.
Jason needs a little help to get off the field. You can see he's really struggling.
So the whistle blows. We're set to play again. Sherman in the backfield with 4 receivers, 1 back behind him. He drops the ball. He's going to pick it up, scramble forward, gains about 1 before he's taken down there.
Well, Brandon knew what to do with it when it hit the ground. You know, that's the thing to do. Pick it up and go straight ahead and try and get as much yardage as you can. Salvage a little something out of the play. And we're under a minute left in the third quarter with a 16-point difference.
Sherman drops back, and he's going to be taken down as that rush finally got there. Robert Kennedy, along with Eric Funes, kind of go right up the middle and just blow up the whole offensive line on that one.
And the bad thing was I don't think the linebackers from Belle Chasse were blitzing that time, so the defensive line did that on their own.
So now a 3rd and long. About 18 yards to go, maybe 20. Sherman drops back. He's going to throw it up there, and it's going to be intercepted. And down the sideline, coming all the way back for the touchdown. And that looks like that was Justin Phillips, number 2. Let me correct myself. Darius Franklin, number 9, is Carl with the eyes on it for me. I think it's the better vantage point. He stands in front of me in the box. But nonetheless, to end the third quarter.
What an exciting run by Darius Franklin. This Belle Chasse team has quite a few weapons on their side of the field. That was a great run.
So this extra point will officially end the third quarter. Snap is down. Russell gets it up. And it's through. So we've reached the end of the third quarter. 12 minutes of play left in South Plaquemines Stadium. Your score, Belle Chasse 45, South Plaquemines 22. We'll step away and come back with the rest of the game in your Plaquemines Prep Game of the Week after this.